Well, if you consider yourself a liberal, or what some people call progressive, author Michael Lux has just released a book that might be the right book for you at the right time. It is called The Progressive Revolution, and it basically praises the essential role of progressives throughout American history. Michael was a former assistant to Bill Clinton, and he is joining us here this morning, and there is a copy of the book. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for showing up. First of all, let's get to the headline in the newspaper this morning, and you have a Republican now jumping ship over to become a Democrat. What's your take on that? Or was he really ever a Republican?
Well, you know, the Republicans have become more and more conservative as a party, and we've seen that over the years. There used to be a lot of moderate Republicans in the Senate in the 1960s. Helped with civil rights and helped LBJ on a lot of issues. But the Republican Party's just gotten a lot more conservative, and so those old moderates like Arlen Specter are jumping ship.
Yeah. Do you see this as a trend, or are there going to be other folks? You know, the girls up in Maine, the women, the senators are considered to be moderates. There's a handful of other folks. And it seems like the really hardcore conservative really is shrinking.
No, I think that's right. I think that the Republicans are becoming more and more a party of the Deep South, more and more a party of really hardcore, you know, right-wing conservatives, and I think it's hurting them.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about your book. And first of all, why have you written this? It's sort of a historical perspective on the battle between, if you want to call it liberals and conservatives, or progressives, or whatever you want to call it. But this battle is nothing new.
No, it really isn't. We've been fighting these same fights since 1776. Do we take Jefferson's idea that we're all created equal seriously? Do we really believe in a full democracy for everybody, government of, by, and for the people, as Lincoln put it? And do we believe in helping the big banks and big business, or do we believe in sort of investing from the bottom up? So I argue in the book that we're fighting the same fights we were in 1776, and that progressive-minded and conservative-minded people are still battling over those ideas. I wrote the book because we're at a particular point in history. This is a very historical moment, and so I think it's important for people to understand that.
Now, do you think, as we look at this economic stimulus package and the bank bailouts, whatever you want to call it, do you think that George Bush would have been forced with the same kind of a decision? Would he have made the same kind of decision to bail out the banks and to throw all this money into the economy?
Well, I think George Bush was absolutely in favor of bailing out the banks. The difference between Bush and Obama is Obama does believe that the banks ought to be regulated and does believe that there ought to be tough standards and tougher accountability. Bush, however, would not have done the kind of things that Obama is doing, of investing in education, in health care, in public infrastructure. Those things are really important, and Bush was never willing to do that kind of thing. And that's part of why the economy went in the tank.
And you had a front seat to history with Bill Clinton. Obviously, that presidency was quite historic for a variety of reasons. And your job was really liaison to everybody but reporters and
congressmen
and politicians. You got all the business interests, so you really learned a lot.
Yeah, our office basically dealt with everybody else other than reporters and congresspeople. We got it from business, we got it from labor, we got it from public interest groups, we got it from all kinds of groups, and it was a terrific learning experience. And what I learned from that is that you really do have to reach out to everybody, and that people's voices can make a difference in government. Sometimes people feel like Washington doesn't listen to them, but Washington does listen if enough people work together and push their ideas.
All right. Thanks for coming in. Michael Lux, the author of The Progressive Revolution.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
You got it.